Okay, so you remember how last time we did this, like, nice life update and I talked about how I was hospitalized twice?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay, so the second time that I was hospitalized, I had to actually spend the night in the hospital.
Right.
And, God, I had the worst experience in my life because I don't drink water ever.
No, she likes to dihydrate and not hydrate.
Right. And you know, when you're at the hospital, they just absolutely fill you with fluids, okay? So I had to pee so much when I got home. And I wasn't expecting it. First off, I would like to just call out Miss Anna here.
What did
Because, well, when I said I want to dihydrate, you said wear a diaper. It'll save you a couple of trips, first off.
Well, am I
Not
wrong?
No, you're not. But secondly, I obviously had to come home, and poor Zach, alright? It was like every 20 minutes, and then it wasn't 20 minutes. Then it was like every 5 minutes, and then it wasn't every 5 minutes, it was every 3 minutes. There was one point where I didn't even get a chance to, like, get up and leave. And I was like, is this what it's like to be hydrated? Because I hate everything about this.
Yes. And you pee water.
I hate it.
And it's magical. And then you're like, can I save this?
See, when
No.
you're, like, regular person hydrated, you're not peeing that much.
I hate
But when you're, like, super post-hospital hydrated, yeah.
Yeah, but see, I don't want to be regular person hydrated either if I have to pee that often.
You don't have to pee that often. It's
You
usually,
gotta
like,
build
maybe
the
once an
tolerance,
hour.
though. That's too much. That's far too much.
Then
I got better things to do.
Wear a diaper.
I know.
Bring a commando bucket with you.
A commando bucket? What exactly is a commando bucket?
It's where you wear it under your pants, duh.
Are you trying to invent something new?
Uh-huh. Discreet.
This is the worst sales pitch you've ever had in your life.
Even worse than DEET, keep them off.
Yeah,
Keep them off.
because it was commando bucket discreet.
Why did I write this? Brought to you by the record button.
Welcome to Why Did I Write This? The podcast where my three lovely hosts read bad writing. So you don't have to.
So I know you discussed Cupid as a guest star, but, you know, that is not what I expected Cupid to sound like.
Well, Cupid has its feelings hurts.
I don't think I'm sorry.
Well, happy Valentine's Day. My name is Anna.
I'm Beth.
I'm Harmony.
And we're going to shoot some love arrows into your heart today.
We are not. I guarantee you that after this episode, you probably will never want to date again.
Maybe that's for the better, you know?
I got some old love poems.
I have some really unfortunate writing about a high school crush.
Ooh, I've got a mix. We'll see how long your guys' take. I have a one long one, otherwise I have some shitty romance poems again.
Oh.
I don't know if they're romance, but you know, whatever. I wrote them while I thought I was in love.
That's a mood. So did mine.
So did mine. They wrote themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So everybody grab your love diaper.
Your special love diaper.
This is a PSA from host Harmony. After this episode, if you no longer hear my voice, you know why. I never want to hear the words love diaper again.
So does that take away Anna's privilege to read first?
Who wants to read first?
Harmony, you
Oh,
should.
gosh.
Make Anna think about what she said.
I'm gonna be too busy focusing on hers. Those zizzy.
Bye. So as I said, the stories that I have are written about a crush that I had in high school. And, like, so he was my section leader in band.
Oh, shit.
And nothing romantic ever happened between us, but he knew that I had a crush on him.
Okay.
And that was very awkward.
Oh, no.
In any case, this story is called Changes.
Okay.
And a little thing about my high school self is I used to dye my hair a lot. I still dye my hair a lot, but
Not nearly as much.
not nearly as much. Blonde, brown, darker brown, black, back to blonde, blue, teal, blue, blue, blue. Blonde with pink and purple and brown and blue. Actual blonde, pink and purple. It seemed that she was always changing her hair. The attention isn't what she would want exactly. However, the attention wasn't unwanted. That's a fucking mood. No. The only reason she changed it so much is that with each new color, a fresh start was waiting for her. With each new color, there was a boost of confidence inside this girl. So every time her confidence would falter even just a little, she would recolor her hair. It had been a particularly rough day for her, considering the lack of friends in her classes. She was rather lonely and had already been yelled at for something she didn't do. It didn't help that tonight was their first performance for marching band. I was a nerd. I played the trombone.
Wow, what?
What?
Trombone.
That is not a
is
trombone
not.
sound.
You are the worst sound effect maker ever. Do not put it on your resume.
She wasn't very excited for it. The only thing she was excited for was getting to see the guy she had fallen for.
Oh.
For some reason, just seeing him made her significantly happier. Unfortunately, he had a girlfriend, so approaching him, even with just friendship, was completely out of the question.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Still, she imagined a day where they were together as she rode silently to the stadium where she would be marching. When she arrived, she grabbed her uniform and went to change. After putting her instrument together, she headed out to the practice field. Immediately after the girl arrived, she saw the guy of her dreams and smiled to herself as she walked over to her section. Like usual, she secluded herself from the others until she was called over. When she was, it took everything she had not to blurt out her feelings for the boy directing them.
Oh, wow.
Like I said, he was the section leader.
Fair enough.
During their beginning, I messed up that sentence. During their beginning pep band show, there we go, she stayed silent but would glance over at her crush occasionally. She didn't think that he noticed. He probably did.
Is that an author's note? Or?
Yes.
Okay.
Eventually, it was time for their main show and the band marched onto the field. As she had expected before, she didn't do very well, and she sighed inwardly to herself as they marched off. After receiving a speech from their directors, the girl walked off to change out of her uniform. As she walked back out for the rest of the game, she caught sight of her crush standing with his girlfriend, arms wrapped around him. Again, she sighed. "Hey," she said, leaning over to the person next to her. "How do you think I'd look with bright green hair?" And
Oh.
Oh, hey, what was your little nickname you had for him?
we'll get to that.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Have you had enough ample time to think about what you've said?
yeah, and I regret nothing.
Of course not. What do you got for us?
So, going on, like, first crushes, well, this isn't a first crush. It's a first love. And that's what it's titled, okay?
Okay.
It's a poem called First Love. My eyes were cast. My mind looked past. Your hands held mine. My heart's and thine. All shyness pass. I broke the glass. By resting my lips on yours. 'Twas our first kiss.
Did you?
This kind of love never soars. My loneliness I'll never miss.
Did you have one line in there that you didn't rhyme with anything else?
No.
Okay. I want to make sure I hadn't misheard it, so.
No. But that's my first love.
Wow.
Did you feel good? Did you feel loved? Strucken?
Love strucken? Can't say I was, you know?
Do you want to share a poem with us now?
Yeah. So you guys are all cute and nice with yours. Mine's sad because it's all about a breakup. Boy, I was in deep. I'm looking back at a lot of these and I'm like, girl, he wasn't fucking worth it. But that's okay.
Yeah, I get that.
That's fine. So this one is called I'm Like a Piece of Glass. Okay. I'm like a piece of glass, strong, durable, used for many reasons, but I can also break. And if I am made of glass, so should it not be that my heart is too? Because of you, my little glass heart is shattering, spewing all across the floor, my love spilling out. And as I am being made of glass, I am sharp. I leave a mark. Even though you'll walk away in the end, here I will lie. Me, my body, broken, shattered, and my little glass heart, still barely, spelled incorrectly, beating. You'll walk away and I'll be left dying on the floor. My heart bleeding love all for you who won't care anymore. Oh,
That really is a young love
I
breakup
know.
poem.
I know. I'm sure I was like, this is amazing. And I'm like, girl, just shut the fuck up.
You're like, oh my gosh, I can publish my pain.
I did. That's the worst part. It's on DeviantArt. It's had like 50 people look at it.
Ooh.
I mean, it could be worse.
Oh.
Now you're gonna have 50 people listen to you read it.
Oh, good. And listen, if we get 50 people listen to this, that'd be great. Oh. You got any others?
Yeah,
What
I got a
else?
few other love
Well,
poems.
you get another one. I have another short one, so.
So kind of piggybacking off of yours,
Yeah.
my next poem is called Describing a Heartbreak.
Oh, okay. Straight to the point. I like it.
Heartbreak, hurtful, sinful, lying, cheating, wronging, losing a promise to someone, painful.
Yeah.
Period.
Is it the end of your poem?
And then I have one that evolves into true love.
That what?
It evolves.
Evolves. I heard you say revolves.
It's a haiku.
Oh, fancy.
How I love you so. You bring me happiness. Wait, you bring me my happiness. Please don't ever go.
Oh my god.
And I'm gonna read to you about my first kiss.
Oh, we're getting steamy in here.
My mouth.
Okay, not steamy.
Your lips. Meet at one. The sparks fly round us. And then, sorry, I have like a bunch of short.
That's fine. Just rapid fire 'em
Okay,
out.
no supporters.
Okay.
Please don't go, my love. I do not care what they think. You are my sunshine. Do not believe all their lies. I think I'm in love with you.
What?
My dear... Nope, wrong one. Memories of yesteryear. Best thing to ever happen. Nighttime in September. Amazing, breathtaking kissing.
Ew.
And you want to know what this true love does to me?
Yeah.
Cupid! Hit me in the head! Badonk! This is what happens when love turns away. This isn't me anymore.
Okay.
What's happened to me? Every day was something new. Now these days I want to flee. My heart was an open mind, you see. Now it's closed with gentle fright. What's happened to me?
Oh my god.
Love life filled me with glee. Now I dread the very thought. What's happened to me? Drugs were not my thing to be. My cravings, they get stronger, so what's happened to me? If I were to pay a fee, I'd spit on the
for
waiter.
love of God.
What's happened to me? Since my father has been free, he's releasing my demons.
Getting into some drama there.
What?
Building inside unto thee. What's happened to me? Wait. Yeah, that's it.
Is that all of your little teeny tiny poems?
No, I have one more.
Okay.
It's a sonnet
Oh,
called Secret Love.
okay.
His midnight blues distract me from my thought. My finger falls across his smiling lips. It's Ringo. We know that we will not be blindly caught. He whispers love that makes my heart do flips. His lips taste like my mother's apples pie.
Harmony and I absolutely just looked at each other like, your mother's what?
Her apple pie. My breath is short as his mouth is on mine. We stop as soon as our names are passed by. My father calls to see if I am fine.
Listen, anytime you bring in the parents, Harmony and I are just like, oh god.
My true love quickly runs away from me. My heart is now broken beyond belief. Father draws his gun as my love runs free. I watch him get away and feel relief. I know that we will find a hidden spot to keep my parents from being distraught.
God, you really love the Romeo and Juliet angle, don't you?
I guess I did.
Oh my god.
Ooh,
Okay.
That was
Well,
far too intense for me.
okay. Well, here's a cute one that I wrote. Oh my god.
Are parents involved?
No. Huh. This one's called Tangles.
Ooh.
Thank you. I know, it's very original. There's lots of tangles in my life. Tangles with hair, with my earphones, but my favorite tangle is with you. I love how it feels like our hearts are intertwined. How you can make my heart skip a beat. How you can make me smile and laugh without even trying. So maybe there's been knots in the tangles, but who cares? Together we've gotten them untied. I love being in this crazy tangle, sprawling in all different directions, leading to so many different decisions, and you're the only one I'd ever want to be with like this. And then I have an author's note at the end that says, this probably doesn't make much sense. Girl, what the fuck?
I don't get it. I'm glad you clarified it didn't make much sense.
Yeah, you know, rather than go in and solve those problems, I just put a note that it doesn't make any sense. We're moving on.
Spaghetti tangles.
Yeah.
I saw somebody knitting ramen noodles.
I know you did because you sent it to me.
Yeah, I had about 5 people send the video of knitting ramen noodles.
What do you got over there, Harmony?
So I have one more short story for this episode. And as y'all heard earlier, Miss Anna over here mentioned...
Had some trauma?
Well, yes. But she also mentioned, when I first read my first story on this episode, that I had a fun little nickname for my crush.
Oh, yes. Okay.
And this crush actually had a few different nicknames. It started off with the nickname Blender. Blender.
Do they know this?
I don't know, and frankly,
I hope not.
Well, to be fair, if for whatever reason he listens to this podcast, which I guarantee you he doesn't, he's going to know either way.
Okay, well, you know what? Let's just...
Thank you for your contribution to this podcast. But I would also like to recall a previous episode where I read one of my crack fics.
Oh, yeah?
And you may remember a very special line, Weed Whacker noises.
Yes, I do.
Weed Whacker was also one of his names.
No.
That I would call him around my friends, so that way I wasn't just, like, saying his name. Because, you know, that'd be weird.
Mm. Yeah, it's normal to call people Weed Whacker.
Yeah.
And Blender.
Yeah, you got a thing for, like, appliances?
It was a joke because one of my friends, she made an I love lamp joke.
Okay.
And then we were just kind of going back and forth. So that's what stuck.
Okay, fair enough.
In any case, that is, yeah. Bassoon is also Weed Whacker, is also Blender.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
Is also Honeybee.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
So you were in deep.
Yeah, for like 2 years. It's
Oh.
unfortunate.
Oh.
I was a tiny little freshman in high school. I was annoying.
Ouch. So what you write down there?
Yes, this story is titled The Queen.
Okay.
In a small town on the outskirts of the city lived a queen. However, nobody seemed to acknowledge the power she had. In fact, most people didn't even know she was a queen. She didn't blame them, really. After all, she dressed like a normal teenage girl and went to public school. This queen didn't even live in a castle, but instead a small house that was currently lacking paint and siding.
This doesn't seem very queen-like.
No. But
That's the point.
yeah.
Okay.
That's why people didn't, respect her power. Duh. Her crown was bought at a toy store for her 15th birthday and was made out of plastic with cheap gold paint and fake red, blue, and green jewels. Her family named her after a music term, but she preferred a different name, though no one ever used it. Speaking of her family, it was very broken. And we're going to skip this next paragraph because that just kind of goes into a paragraph of trauma.
Oh, God.
All in all, this queen wasn't very happy. People knew this, and even with that knowledge, they could be very cruel towards her. However, most people just ignored her. Even in marching band, no one paid her much attention.
I won't give this queen a hug now.
The queen wasn't surprised by this choice that they made. Due to her lack of happiness, she wasn't always nice, but she was getting better. Through the pain from friends or family, there was one person that made her strive to be better. He was attractive, sweet, intelligent, funny, and talented, and even though they never talked much, the queen couldn't help but love everything about him. He was a much better person than her, and she admired that about him. And then I spend about a paragraph discussing what he looks like.
As one does. Obviously. He wears size 7 boots.
He lives at this address.
His social security number is this.
To
His
most
blood type.
It wasn't that creepy. To most people, it would seem that the queen doesn't feel any attraction or care about anyone. It's because I'm ace. They're wrong, though. The queen is in love with that boy who has never intentionally done her wrong and has always been so kind to her, unlike everyone else. She knew she didn't have a chance with him, though. He already had a girlfriend that he was happy with. And you just tell that was like a thing for me.
Yeah.
No matter how many times she tried, she could never get over it. Eventually, as she would sit in class writing his name all over her papers.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
None that I turned in.
Oh, thank God.
I wasn't a fucking fool.
Oh.
Eventually, as she would sit in class writing his name all over her papers, she began to accept her feelings toward him. After all, there were some days where he was the only one who could make her smile. She knew her top source of happiness would eventually have to leave, but for now, she would enjoy what she had. Maybe he wasn't happy and with her, but he was happy, and that was all right. She didn't mind being alone. He was happy, and that was all she needed. The queen looked up and smiled at the boy. He didn't notice.
God, that is depressing.
You really were trying to sell, like, I'm happy for him. I'm not happy, but I'm happy for him.
But I'm not happy for him.
Oh, boy.
I'm happy for him, but I'm dead inside.
Yeah. Wow. Wow. Well,
I don't know if he is ever going to hear this or even know that this exists, but if you do, I am sorry.
You know, I feel like you should get at least, like, one free pass for something that you write when you're in high school, because, like, your brain's not fully formed, so it doesn't know how to do
for
things.
middle school, too?
Yes, you're even less formed then. But I did age drop myself in that one. I was 15 when I wrote it, so I was a youngin'.
Yeah.
I was a freshman in high school, and he was a junior. I went for the older boys.
Ooh.
talking to old men.
Ew, not like you.
Not like you and the Beatles.
I have one more.
Okay.
Okay. It's a sad one again.
Let's just end this happy, sappy holiday on a sad note.
Yeah, sure, why not? It's called The Wait. My eyes are flooding, slowly clouding, my life spinning around me, insanely without control. Everything I felt I knew, gone, misshapen. It's spelled incorrectly. I'm lost, looking everywhere. I can't see anyone. I'm scared, confused, afraid. Now I realize it's all a game. I wait to lose everything I know and everything I love. I just sit here and wait for it all to disappear. No more will I be.
Damn.
Thank you. It's so funny because I'm looking back at this and I'm just like, literally, why?
Yeah, that's me with this stack of papers.
I think the message that Cupid wants to give is to love your hugged ones.
Love your hugged one?
Hug your loved ones.
Oh my god.
Give them a big old smoocher.
God.
And if you don't have anybody, you always have a hand.
Damn, Cupid. So,
Okay.
On that note, where can Cupid find our things?
I don't know if I want Cupid finding us. But anyone else who would like more of whatever this is, you can go to recordbuttongroup.com. We have links to all of our social medias, our Patreon, and to our new merch store, TRB.
If you're not Cupid, I'm sorry to interrupt, but if you're not Cupid, you can shop at the
Yes.
merch store.
Merch store is trbmerchstore.threadless.com.
Although, on the topic of love, we do have an invite to Murdoch's wedding on there, so,
Yeah.
you know.
Got
And
some...
show that you've been invited. But I'm not going.
God, I don't think we should have guests anymore on here.
You know, I'm thinking the same thing.
It's fine, I've run out of guests.
Just run out of words, too.
Out of
I've
guests.
run out of patience.
So if you have made it this far and you don't completely hate us at this point, go ahead and leave us a review.
Oh, yes, that's the thing that can be done. we
Review
talk-
us, follow us, give us a high five, and some money
Did we talk about the Patreons?
for
Briefly.
the Patreon.
Okay, good.
Alright, guys, it's been Why Did I Write This? Happy Valentine's Day.
I need to go drink.
I'm gonna go eat some chocolate.
Oh, gosh.
What are you gonna do?
I don't know, sit alone in my room and watch anime.
With your hand.
Not with my... I'm gonna cut off my hand specifically to watch anime.
Makes good company. Even better.
Oh, God.
Anyway, I'm Harmony.
I'm Anna.
I'm Beth.
Thanks for listening. Bye.
Bye.
Why did I write this?